we're going to have a warm up. And I think firstly, feel free to, I'm going to stand up for this just to sort of give some space. You can stand up, sit down, I don't mind. But we're going to do just a few stretches just to get started. So just kind of a bit of a freestyle stretch. Oh, maybe get the shoulders going. Do a couple forward. Oh, it's making me want to yawn. Do yawn. Yawning is good. Oh, oh. Maybe get your hands and just sort of clasp them like that. I quite like doing this stretch where you, I'll go back so you can see. Doing a side stretch. Oh. And another one. Good. And then some light breathing exercises. So I think a good one, if we breathe in and just sigh it out, you can kind of throw the sigh away. Ah. And another one, and I encourage you to not lift your shoulders when you do this. Let the breath come down here. Ah, and one more. Ah, actually, let's lift the shoulders actually, because it's actually very satisfying to let your arms dangle. And then let them drop. Do another one. And there, I'll have another yawn. Always these exercises always make me yawn. Oh, oh. And let's pant like this lovely dog here. Let's pant like a dog. You'll feel these muscles working. And I think in a few shushes, we go shh, shh, shh. And then the final one, we're going to go sha and sha. Lovely. Right. You can stay standing or sit down. I need to sit at the piano for this. So we'll do a few vocal warm-ups to get started. I think a simple one we'll start with just to kind of gently warm up the voice is just humming. While I remember, with humming, I recommend, rather than just sort of doing that type hum, is if you make the sound of like the end of the word hang or gardening, but then close your mouth and still keep that you get a much bigger space and a much more comfortable hum. So yeah, we're in D major. Oh, hang on, I've lost the key. Two more. Okay, and now something nice little wider exercise. Ma, and give it a little bit of a smile, nice sort of cheekbone smile. Try and get this lighting a little better. Can't really see my face. Come a little closer. Ma, Okay, right, now I'm going to get a little more tricky. I've got this lovely exercise to just warm up your faces a little bit, get the facial muscles going. So firstly, just give your face a little massage. And then with the back of the hands, just kind of work from the cheekbones down the jaw and let the face kind of be relaxed. Oh. And we're going to sing whilst keeping our faces very, very gently relaxed. Biddy 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 biddy. And it's important that you keep your face relaxed. If you go biddy 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 biddy, you're going to have problems. So very gentle and relaxed. Biddy 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 biddy. Bitty 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 bitty. We'll do two more. Bitty 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 bitty. This one a little faster. Bitty 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 bitty. And now, let's try something a little longer. Okay, this song, we're gonna go ha. And we're going to work our way up the scale. So I'll demonstrate how it goes. Ha 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 ha. So when you get to that fifth one, we just go ha 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 ha. And this is a great one for the abdominal muscles. Lots of nice big sound, nice big laughing sound. I'm going to take it down a notch into a lower key, actually, so we can open up the lower resonant spaces of our voices. Ha ha ha. Okay, now something a little harder now. And you know the song, Knees Up Mother Brown, Knees Up Mother Brown. We're going to sing that song, but we're going to sing it to some numbers. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. And it'll sort of get a little tricky as it goes on, as the number sequences change. But good luck. We'll try it a couple of times. Just keep it very legato, and I'm sure you'll be fine. And if we do it really well, maybe we'll try it in another language. But first, we'll just do it in English. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, nice little order to that. I think it's sort of 1 and 4. We'll do that again. We'll do it slightly lower, so it's a little easier on the lower voices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That's the trick. That's when it gets tricky. You've just got to really trust your knowledge of counting to 5 and going back to 1 afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Well done. Believe me, the reason I didn't mess that up is because I've been doing it quite a lot in my Zoom sessions. It took me a long time to perfect that one. It's a bit of a mind. The less you think about it, actually, the easier it gets. I think that's enough warm up there. We've got a good solid 10 minutes. We've got 6 songs on the go here. Now, well, let's start with Hit the Road Jack. It's the first one in my folder. So it's quite nice for the lower voices here. If there's any notes that are too low, just do a higher note or something, you know, make it up. I strongly encourage making things up. Make up harmonies. I might randomly start making up harmonies to myself, but you know, sing something. So let's sort of see what happens. Right, we have a 4-bar intro. There's some quite tricky geography with this, but I guess you're using lyric sheets, so it doesn't matter actually, does it? So anyway, it's got no chord here. 1, 2, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Woman, don't treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you hate so, I'll have to pack my things and go. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. What you say? Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Now, baby, listen, baby, don't treat me this way, 'cause I'll be back on my feet someday. Don't care if you do, 'cause understood you ain't got no money, I just ain't no good. Well, I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Why'd you say hit the road, Jack? Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. And fade. Yeah, let's look at some bits, but the verse is quite tricky in this. You all sang beautifully, well done. Quite a low chorus, this. So it's really great if you're a bass or alto voice. If you're a tenor or soprano voice, it's a little trickier. So don't sort of exert yourself. Enjoy some of the higher lines that come. So we got that chorus. Hit the road, Jack. Just kind of feel that space. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Perhaps if it's too low, you could sort of come back, you know, hit the road, Jack. Someone else do that and you can go, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. The verse, there's 2 verses in this. We'll just go through them a little bit. So the first verse, the woe woman oh, goes like this. Oh woman, don't treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you said so, I'll have to pack my things and go. That's right, that's right, it's a little sort of backing singer. That's right. And it's back to the chorus. Let's do that verse again. Oh woman, don't treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I ever, that meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you said so, I'll have to pack my things and go. That's right, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. So that's nice and simple there. In the second verse, it comes back after another sort of double chord. Same kind of tune. Now, baby, listen, baby, don't you treat me this way, 'cause I'll be back on my feet someday. Don't care if you do, 'cause it understood. You ain't got no money, you just ain't no good. Well, I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go. There's some lovely bluesy notes in this. In the sense of occasionally, you might sing an E, but occasionally you'll sing this darker note that's very bluesy, and you just got to kind of enjoy it when it happens. So, for example, now, baby, listen, baby, don't you treat me this way. Put a little scoop on there, have a bit of fun with it. This is the great moment where you sort of give a look of you did something naughty and you're proud of it. That's what I like to think of with blues notes. Way. And there's another bit later on. Let's do that verse again, because it's a little trickier than this verse, I think. 1, 2, go. Now, baby, listen, baby, don't you treat me this way, 'cause I'll be back on my feet someday. Don't care if you do, 'cause it understood. You ain't got no money, you just ain't no good. Well, I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go. Yeah, a few bits of sort of more words, more syllables than notes available. We just sort of get it out there, and then when you get to the chorus, just enjoy. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. I think I'm going to play this a little faster, actually. Hit the road, Jack. I think that'll make it move a little more beautifully. So from the top, let's have another sing through. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. Why'd you say hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. Oh, woman, now, woman, don't treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. Why'd you say hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. Now, baby, yes, and baby, don't you treat me this way, 'cause I'll be back on my feet someday. Don't care if you do, 'cause it's understood. You ain't got the money, or something like that. Well, I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. What you say? Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. Two more. Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. Lovely. What a lovely song that is. Okay, I think we can move on from that one. And I'll tell you what, let's introduce one of the new one. That this is called Paddy on the Railway. Download it. So this is a wonderful sort of quite, there's a bit of dark comedy about this folk song. But it's in reference to when the railways were being built in the Industrial Revolution, quite often, canals and railways were built by migrant labourers, especially Irish labourers. So the idea of this is an Irishman coming over to England to build the railways. A nice recording we can sing along to. But there's nice, because there's little harmonies and stuff with this one we can make up as well. I mean, this is just one of these great folk songs where, like with most folk songs, let me put that on the side. Just start adding bits if you want to. But the basic tune goes like this. You get a little intro that goes. So you have, in 1841, my corduroy breeches I put on, my corduroy breeches I put on to work upon the railway. Tiggery-oo-ee-oo-ee-ay, 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 working on the railway. That's our basic verse. So the chorus that comes back every single time. Tiggery-oo-ee-oo-ee-ay, that's our it's a lovely nonsense syllable. Tiggery-oo-ee-oo-ee-ay, 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 working on the railway. That's our basic chorus that comes back every time. Now, that's interesting. The lyrics, I think, on here are slightly different to the ones I've got. But follow those lyrics anyway. It doesn't matter that it will differ from the recording, because I think it's not Bartleypool, but Hartlepool. And in the beginning, I've got, just sing whatever words you see. If they don't match mine, tune's all the same. So yeah, the words I've got for the tune: in 1841, my corduroy breeches I put on, my corduroy breeches I put on to work upon the railway. Tiggery-oo-ee-oo-ee-ay, 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 working on the railway. And then you get 2 bars. In 1842, from Hartlepool I moved to Crewe, trying to earn a bob or two, working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ee-oo-ee-ay, tiggery-oo-ee-oo-ee-ay, tiggery. God, these lyrics really don't match at all. I'll tell you what, I'm going to share instead. I've got the correct lyrics on a little bit. I move that over and that over. You should now be able to see all the words there. First verse might be a bit small because of the tune, but we all know the words off by heart now because we've sung it loads of times. In 1841, my corduroy breeches I put on, my and then you got the rest of the verses there. Don't worry about the harmonies there. Just kind of make it up as you go along. If you want to, in the chorus, though, sing something a little different to what everyone else is doing. So the main chorus is tiggery-oo-ee-oo-ee-ay, 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 working on the railway. In the chorus, you can perhaps also go tiggery-oo, 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 working on the railway, and sort of add a little bit of harmony there. And there's other options as well. So yeah, so verse 2. In 1842, from Hartlepool I moved to Crewe, trying to earn a bob or two, working on the railway. Tiggery-oo, etc. Verse 3. In 1843, I broke my shovel across me. I think we'll just go have a sing through it with the recording. That'd be easier so you can enjoy. This time I'm going to be sharing sound as well. So you should hopefully hear some good sound coming through in addition to me. Good luck, everyone. I'll have some fun. I'll get these words back up for you.
In 1841, my corduroy breeches I put on, my corduroy breeches I put on to work upon the railway. Tiggery-oo-ee-oo-ee-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1842, from Hartlepool I moved to Crewe, trying to earn a bob or two, working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ee-oo-ee-ay, tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, I'm working on the railway. In 1843 I broke my shovel across my knee and went to work for the company on the Leeds and Selby Railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1844 I landed on the Liverpool shore. I was hungry, I was sore from working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1845 I sent my prayers to stay alive. I was lucky I survived working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1846 I changed my trade from carrying bricks. I changed my trade from carrying bricks to working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1847 Paddy was thinking of going to heaven. Paddy was thinking of going to heaven and working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1848 I landed at St. Peter's Gate. Peter said,
"You're very late. You must be from the railway."
Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway.
There we go. Completely bonkers. Nice. So yeah, we'll do this with mechanics. It's nice and easy. In 1841, my corduroy breeches I put on, my corduroy breeches I put on, working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1842, on Hartlepool I moved to Crewe, trying to earn a bob or two, working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1843, I ran my shovel across my knee and went to work for the company on the Leeds and Selby Railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1844 I landed on the Liverpool shore. I was hungry, I was sore from working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1845 I said my prayers to stay alive. I was lucky I survived working on the railway. Oh, tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1846 I changed my trade from carrying bricks. I changed my trade from carrying bricks to working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1847, Paddy was thinking of going to heaven. Paddy was thinking of going to heaven, working on the railway. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. In 1848, I landed at Peter's Gate. Peter said, "You're very late. You must be from the railway." Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. One more time. Tiggery-oo-ree-oo-ree-ay, 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 working on the railway. Lovely. I'm glad you all got to take part in that one. Lovely. Right. Okay, let's do something else. I'd really love to do Take Me Home Country Roads next, because it's just really lovely. It's a great song. So Take Me Home Country Roads. Perhaps we can see if we can memorize the chorus. Chorus being, country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. Have another go at that, see if we can, oh, here we go, we've got the lyrics up now. Lovely, thanks for that, Vic. Now, actually, in this one, I was having a look at some bits, because there are moments in this that get quite high for some voices. So I want to sort of suggest a potential safety lower harmony for any voices that are lower. And I'm looking in particular in the chorus. So we've had country roads, take me home to the place. It's when we get to this I belong moment, it gets quite high. So if you're singing the melody, to the place I belong, West Virginia, that's fine. But if you're a lower voice, might I suggest, when you get to I belong, we're not going to go up high. We go to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain, and then you're back on the tune. So it's crucially on the long West Virginia. So you, instead of going up like the tenors and sopranos, I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. It'll be a little kinder. It's the lower voices. And we get a lovely little clash moment, which I always like. Anyway, let's sing through. Is this one that you started last week? Okay, so it's still quite new to some people. This one, there's lots of sort of long lines here, and it's knowing when to move. But we'll have a little sing through. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. Verse 2. All my memories gather round here, miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the trees. Sky, mighty taste of moonshine, trees drop in my eye. Chorus, country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road. I hear the voice in the morning as she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road. Take me home, country roads. Last time. Take me home, country roads. Then in portion roads at the end there. Why don't we remind ourselves how the verse goes? Because the verse is a bit odd. For some reason, the timing just feels a little strange, especially at the start. If we go back to verse 1, you have almost heaven. I think I skipped a beat in that. That might be my fault. But you have in verse 1, almost heaven. Now, heaven, boom, jump, jump. Sorry, let's do this again. And 1, almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Okay, that's our verse text. And the second verse text starts with all my memories. So we'll do that with the same tune just to get to know the tune. All my memories gather. Let me do that again. All my memories gather round her. Minus lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eye. So those are our verses. And then after the second chorus, we have this extra third verse, which is the I hear her voice in the morning. So if you want to scroll down for that. Yeah. So when we've ended that second chorus, that's the note you're going to start on for verse 3. Take me home, country roads. And now this is verse 3, starting on this note. I hear her voice in the morning, morning as she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. And then we're back into our chorus. We just want the rhythm actually, when we get to the and driving down the road, gets a bit interesting. Go back to and driving down the road, which is the third line of that verse. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Some kind of rhythm like that. Just make it up as you go along. I don't think I'm singing the rhythm that's on the score. Let's have another sing of that song because it's very satisfying. There's just something about it that just sits well on the voice. Enjoy these long lines, especially in the chorus. Try and hold the notes for as long as possible and put the breath at the last moment. Country roads, take me home to, breathe at the last moment. If you sort of sing to the end of the phrase and kind of, rather than trying to actively breathe, just kind of let your stomach muscles just release like this. And trust that the air is going to come in for those phrases. It's something I sort of teach all my voice students, all my choirs, when we breathe, the last thing you actually need to do is try and breathe. Because the moment you try and breathe like that, you get hardly any oxygen. You just got to just kind of release, just kind of let the air fall into you rather than you trying to suck it in. Anyway, sing through the song all the way through. You can all see the lyrics nice and clearly, yes? I'm assuming. Okay, from the top with an intro. Almost memory gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye, country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road. Rest all my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye, country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road. I hear the voice in the morning as she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road, take me home, country road, take me home, country roads. Well done. I really like that song. I didn't realise how much I liked it until singing it. Sort of one of these ones I never paid attention to, but actually it's really lovely to sing that. Okay, 10 minutes left. Maybe we can squeeze in 2 songs. Let's do King of the Road, because I know you know the London one quite well. So let's do King of the Road, because I know it's quite new to you. We'll probably have one sing through, because I would quite like to do a Nightingale sang on Berkeley Square to sort of round things off today. Trailer for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents, no phone, no pool, no pets, I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8x12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, by no means, king of the road. Oh, where's best 2? Third boxcar midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. A worn out suit and shoes, I don't pay no union booze. I smoke old stogies I have found, sharp but not too big round. Man of means by no when no one's around, I sing. There's one again. The trailer for sale or rent. Rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes. I bought 2 hours of pushing broom. Buys an 8x12 4-bit room. Man of means, man of me. King of the road. Where's the coda? Oh, king. Oh, just sing a few times. King of the road. King of the road. Yes. I have no idea where that piece ends in my score. It just says coda and there isn't one. That's a nice song, that. In the sort of middle 8 verse, which is the I know every engineer on a train verse, there's some very high notes, real tenor notes there that you don't need to sing if they're too high. So I'm talking about and every handout and every town, that bit at the end of the line. You can sort of do something else. In the melody I've got here, and every handout and every town. Perhaps you could go, and every handout and every town. Perhaps something like that. And every life ain't a luck when no one's around, I sing. You know, if it goes too, you know, just stay on a note if it's going too high. Or join me on the top. We do that third verse, it's quite a tricky one. I know every engineer on every train. So we're going to go from this verse, and then we'll sort of sing it through to the end, and then we'll do Nightingale. I know every engineer on every train, all of the children and all of their names, and every handout and every noun, and every like that ain't like when no one's around, I sing. Dramatic pause. Trailer for sale or rent. Rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes. About 2 hours of pushing through. Buys an 8x12 4-bit room. I'm a man of means, man of me. King of the road. King of the road. One more time. King of the road. Lovely. Maybe we'll do Streets of London when I see you in 2 weeks' time. I'll save that one for Chris. But why don't we finish off with a Nightingale sang in Berkeley Square? Because I really, really love that song, and I know lots of you do. We did it a few years ago when I was last with you. Okay. Once through. When true lovers meet in Mayfair, so the legends tell. Songbirds sing, winter turns to spring. Every winding street in Mayfair falls beneath the spell. I know it's such enchantment can be, 'cause it happened one evening to me. That certain night, the night we met, there was magic abroad in the air. There were angels dining at the Ritz, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I may be right, I may be wrong, but I'm perfectly willing to swear that when you turned and smiled at me, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. The moon that lingered over London town, a puzzled moon still wore a frown. How could he know we were so in love? The whole darn world seemed upside down. The streets of town were paved in red. It was such a romantic affair. And as we kissed and said goodnight, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. How then do I go back to how strange it was, how sweet and strange, there was never a dream to compare with that hazy, crazy night we met when a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. This heart of mine beat loud and fast like a merry-go-round in a fair. For we were dancing cheek to cheek, and a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. When dawn came stealing up for gold and blue, each interrupt a rendezvous. I still remember how you smiled and said, was that a dream or was it true? Our homeward step was just as light as the tap dancing feet of a stair, and like an echo far away, a nightingale sang in Berkeley Square. I know 'cause I was there that night in Berkeley Square. I love it. Oh, sorry, I've overran by a minute. I do apologise. Thank you all. It's been lovely to see you. Have a good one.